Hello, America, boys and girls and children of all ages. Welcome to another exciting episode of Montez at Midday. And I'm your host, Dre Montez, and I hope everyone is doing well on this fist pump, fish fry, Friday, feel good Friday, fist pump Friday, fish Friday, feel good Friday. All those things right there. And the weather, to top it all off, magnificent. To my folks that did their morning walk this morning already, way to get it out the way. Way to get it out the way. Stay hydrated. I'm going to say it one more time. Well, probably more than that. February is flying by. It was just Christmas. It was just January the 3rd. It's February 24th already. Already in the building. Good people already in the building, but good afternoon to you for sure. What's happening? Good afternoon, Uncle Black. Uncle Black is tuning in, good people. What's going on, my brother? What's going on with you, boss? For sure. All righty. All right. We got high fives in the building. Chest bump. Let's hug this thing out. Oh, we need two hugs on that one. Oh, there we go. It's been a rough sports week for a sports fan. College basketball, your hockey team, your NBA team, your NFL team, off-season rumor mill, acquisitions, draft order. All those things are going on your mind right now. But more importantly, if you are celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. Special shout out to Coach Pat, STL Pressure Coach, Sister Buffy. Happy birthday to Buffy. As Pootie's sister too. As Pootie and Coach Pat, little sister Buffy. There it is, right? Well, big sister of Pootie and my sis. Happy birthday to you, Buffy. If you are celebrating an anniversary, happy anniversary to you. Happy anniversary to you. If you're off today and you planned it because you knew the weather was going to be this way, way to go. If you put something on the grill, holler at a motherfucker. To all my folks headed down to the St. Louis RV show. If you got an extra ticket and you want me to go with you, holler at a brother. Holler at me. Holler at me. Because I'm down to go all 3 days if I can. All three. 4 and 5. 4 and 5. There's nothing like the RV life. We all play that game. What could have been? What could have been? Boy, I wish I'd have. But what could have been? The things we project that don't always turn out the way we want them to. But damn it, it's fun to dream sometimes, right? Now, I'm talking about winning the lottery, winning the damn lottery, marrying Holly Berry and no shit. But I'm talking, it was so real you could touch it. Owning an RV, traveling, podcasting, live streaming, meeting amazing, great people. That was the goal. When I was playing ball, I wanted an RV. My teammates would tell you I wanted a damn RV wrap with all the sponsors. Hit the road every weekend. That eliminates what? The hotel fee. Okay. But now, this valuable time I have, I would love to be on the highway. Meet some great, amazing strangers. Trying food I never thought I would have. Didn't know that was a restaurant. Is that a legal building? How's that restaurant standing? And how's the food so good? I want to go to Armtick, Nebraska. Don't know if that's a real town, but those are the places I want to go. But that's it right there. Hey, but it is Friday. Good people, how we doing? Let's get through our pillars of the day, shall we? We're going to let it go. Ignore them. Give it time. Don't compete. Stay calm. It's on you. And laugh right there. You got to laugh. You have got to laugh. This has been probably one of the most comical weeks I've seen in sports and entertainment in quite some time. Everybody that were household names in the music industry are really coming to the forefront about today's music. You got athletes that are in the Hall of Fame that are not involved in sports anymore that are commenting about today's sports. You got Hall of Famers that are in television or in the media. Nobody understands where they're coming from. And you got people that are talking about sports who've never played sports but want to be right all the time. And they're all going across the board, across each other. I think the main thing in all these discussions going on this week, the ones that we know about, the ones we've been hearing about, and the ones that we actually saw or heard firsthand, perspective. It's everyone's perspective on everything. It's the angle of the camera. Was it sideways? Was it over the top? Was it from the victim side? Was it from the perp side? I mean, was it from the witness? I mean, what angle are we looking at? It's all on the perspective and the conversations that is being had right now across the board from music and entertainment. From the movies that are being put out by the naysayers, the people that have nothing to do with it, the clickbaiters, the bots, the pencil pushers, the thumb things, the type like detectives, those people, they've become very influential in moving the needle in certain ways, whether strategic, unplanned, cause and effect, don't know. But when it comes to these movies and television shows, those people that are doing that are trying to set the record straight on what we're getting to watch for as content, who's in control of this and that, why no season 1, what happened to season 2, why are we switching networks, and they're giving us a breakdown on that. But these great debaters, I want to call them, in entertainment and sports on television, it's like no one is listening. I think that's why people yell in arguments. They're trying to be heard. But the louder you yell is not going to make the person listen. That's an old elementary school trick. If you went to a public school, they taught you that. But it's like all those childhood things we learned in school and at home and playing with our siblings and relatives, nobody applies it. Nobody is applicable to those today. Nobody. They've like forgot the manual. It's like they all baiting themselves over one simple question. Who's an MVP at this point of the season? And they're going back to tape 5 years ago. Well, you never won anything. Well, I did play in the championship. That's not enough. I won in high school and college. I went to 4 finals. I went to 3 Super Bowls. I went to 5 World Series, only won 1. But in the eyes of people that debate a particular sport or player, you haven't done anything. And then if you win at every level, you're perfect. There's no imperfections. You've been a competitor. There's no formula for you. It's hard to critique them. And when you do, everybody says, how dare you? But if you go to the actual person, the individual that was in these conversations, I bet you get a whole different story. I guarantee you that. So whether you're watching on Facebook, hello, X, what up, YouTube, I'll let you. How we doing, good people? And thanks for tuning in. And those of you that have followed suit by going to YouTube, Dre Montez, and subscribing to the page, thank you so much. We need to do a better job and get those numbers up for sure. And thank you for thumbs up on our TikTok videos and pictures at Dre Montez 63. It does not go unappreciated at all. And if your business, your story, your path would like to do some advertising with us, please reach out to me at moredremontez@gmail.com or any of those social media platforms that I did mention. We have something in store for you, definitely. So again, as I said, it is Fish Pump Friday. Fish Friday. Feel Good Friday. Let's get this show on the road, shall we? So we know what happened yesterday with this cell phone situation. How many of you know of someone that contacted you today and told you that they got into an argument with their significant other because they didn't believe them about the cell phones being down? I know plenty of people that don't look at TV, don't have a TV. The only news they get is from what other people tell them or if it come up in their phone. Think about those people. Uh-huh. Yeah. Think about a person that was trying to cheat yesterday and got caught up, didn't know the phones was down. We got to look at this from a different perspective on this whole thing. If you look at the memes, if you want a good laugh, go on any social media platform and look at the memes about outage in AT&T. It is some of the funniest. The internet wins every time. They are so quick at getting things out there. Once it goes to trending, oh, it's going to catch on. Everybody wants in. I laughed for probably 3 hours straight yesterday. But again, for the people that actually use their cell phone to make telephone calls, they're probably the only ones that really tripped off of it. For the rest, they probably didn't know. And for the ones that lost their damn mind, I applaud you. And for the people that actually went to the store, you still believe in Santa Claus, don't you? It's okay. It's okay. You don't have any real friends. You don't have any real friends. But I know some people got in trouble over that AT&T, and I guarantee a couple of people got an apology. My bad, baby. I just saw the news. I didn't know. I didn't know. Oh, my God. It leads me to the first topic of discussion. Don't change. Been through it before. You know how some people can take things and some people can't. You can take that many kind of ways. You can interpret it any kind of way you want to. But I always take it in relationship ways. You know, some shit you will put up with. And some things you just, nah, that ain't going to fly here. And if you sit back and real chill with it, they probably can't handle it. I think it all goes on based on your age, the person that is happening to, on your age, if it's up in there. I love when spammers call me. You got to have some fun with them and say, hey, how you doing? Thanks for calling Dre's party line. Call me again. Call me again. Call me again. But I think how you take things and see things and experience things does matter what time you go through it and when you go through it. I mean, nobody ever forgets when they got robbed. But everybody remembers when they were taken advantage of, cheated on, and feeling like a fool. Nobody wants that feeling ever again. You want to be in control of the situation, but not the person. I'm going to say it again. You want to be in control of the situation, but not the person. There's a big difference. Nobody should be in control of no one out there, but be in control of the situation that you're involved in, or about to be in. Just understand that from a what? Different perspective. And most people don't do that. Don't do that at all. They're going there the wrong way. Wrong intentions at all. But when you get to that point, whether you're the male or the female or the person in control of the relationship, whatever it may be, when you're in this situation with someone, and let's say, for instance, I'm going out. You cool? Oh, yeah, have fun. You need a couple of dollars? Give you some money, you know. Now, if you tell your friends who you're going out with about how it went with you leaving the house, that's going to cause turmoil in their house. Well, you know, Michelle went out the other night. Her old man gave her $100 to go out with us. He ain't even say nothing. But I can't get $10 out your ass. See, they're going to start an argument. It's going to start an argument. Again, from what? A different perspective. They don't know what's going on. They just know what she told you when she got in the car. You can flip it to the fellas. What's up, man? Shit, old girl let you go out tonight? Old girl let you go out tonight. Maybe some people at the age right now, when you were younger, you tripped off those things. What time a person came in, who they with, what they went to, what's that smell on you, where you get that food from, why you wearing your hair like that, where you get them shoes from, who is that, when you start going there, when you get that phone. All that comes out when you're young in different contexts. If you get it now, you have no response to none of that. You're going to keep on reading, smoking your shit, or listening to your music. at a respectable volume. But it's different. It's different, that whole conversation right there. You either don't care or you've been through it. That's the look you give people. And I think it comes off better because I think people have been through it. You know the consequences of arguing on a Thursday night after 9 o'clock in a good neighborhood. You're going to jail. So what do you do now? You don't argue. You've been through that shit. I don't care. If we could all go back and talk to our teenage selves, how would that conversation go? What's the best advice you could give yourself that you can give yourself? You've been to where you at, only you have been through this. If you can go back and talk to your 15-year-old self, what would you say other than anything about kids? Nothing about kids. Nothing. Just keep the kids out of this. You still got them motherfuckers. You still got them. Fuck that. But if you can go back and talk to your 15-year-old self, what would you tell yourself? What would you tell yourself at 15 years old? Go back in time. Words of wisdom, financial advice, relationship advice, words of wisdom. What would you go back and tell yourself at 15 years old? Like, I'm 53. Carried a 1 and a 2. So I go back to I'm 38 years old. Wow. 38 years ago. That's a long time ago. So if I can go back and talk to myself, 15 years old, man, it was so much going on in 1985. So much was going on in 1985 from the curve in fashion, seeing the hill in music, seeing what's happening on the big screen, knowing what's going on the small screen, in the sports world, technology. What would you tell yourself? You can go back in time. What would you tell yourself? I should have managed my money right. All right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That is so right. That's so true. I bet finance is probably one of the best things anyone would have loved. They wish they'd have told themselves at 15 years old. Because at 15, I mean, you knew money, you knew of money, you knew how to make money, but the whole flow system of money, you really didn't know what you know now about the money game. But words of wisdom, go back in time and talk to your 15-year-old self. What would you tell thyself? What would you tell thyself? What's up, Ryan? What's going on, boss? How you doing on this Fish Pump, Fish Friday, Feel Good Friday of the show, ladies and gentlemen? If you just tuning in, we rattled off a little bit about AT&T. I wonder how many people got in trouble with their partner because they didn't believe them because their phone went straight to voicemail. Well, it's that time of year again when you get to do some swashbuckling about baseball. Oh, it's that time. America's pastime. Oh, should have bought a farm. Oh, there it is. It's called baseball, right? People are going to come from all over to watch a game called baseball. Well, this whole time I've been watching baseball, I've noticed something's going on. We've been giving a few teams a pass. We've given the Yankees a pass. All that money they put into that team over the years. What has that done? But what has that done? We can look at the Braves. All that for that, just for that. All that just for that. We can take it a step further. What about the Dodgers? One World Series since 1988, and they did that in 20. The shortened COVID, all that money. But we're so hard on our Cardinals. Oh, we're so hard on our Cardinals. Can you imagine being a Dodger fan living out there, putting up with that shit? Always getting ready to go to the party, but they never get on the dance floor. But one time since 1988. What the? A Yankee fan living in New York? Can you imagine that? $20 for a hot dog? Are you out your damn mind? All that money they gave them players. Where's the production? Atlanta, come on now. Come on. You about to do it again, what you did with Bobby Cox. Again, another team going to the dance, but not getting on the dance floor. But we're so hard on our Cardinals. Imagine us living in those markets. Imagine that. These are teams willing to spend the money, willing to go out and get whatever the fan wants, whatever the home media wants. They go out and get that shit. You ever had a Christmas list and you got everything you wanted on your Christmas list? You had a birthday list and you got everything you wanted for your birthday. That's them fucking teams. What's that, Susan? We throwing the Mets in there too. Throw them motherfuckers in there too. Throw them in there. But these teams with that strong fan base that believe in the theory of evolution of sports, meaning analytics, we've put up with it. We have put up with it year after year. Now we're in decades now. When is it going to be our turn? When are we going to get in the market that listens and believes in what the fan has to say? Everywhere else, they got 25,000 damn shows dedicated to one particular fan base. I don't want to hear small market team, big city. A fan is a fan. It doesn't matter where you're at anymore. Has no idea where you're at anymore. You can be a fan any damn where. Live anywhere you want to. You still have a platform and a voice for that particular team. And why these particular teams, wink, wink, don't want to listen. Somebody got to be telling the truth somewhere. I guess our next skilled professionals in the front office of professional sports are working and reading behind the scenes right now. They're not playing the game. They're reading about the game. They're reading the numbers of the game. The days are over to get anybody to get in position in baseball that has played the game, that understands how to win. Those days are over with. They want people to do what? Read the numbers. Read the numbers. Read the numbers. So if you can coach players, if you can put a team together based on the numbers, Billy Beane did it, but win, then the game would change again. It would change again. Common sense has gone out the window. We fired a manager of the year here. Those tactics and skill sets are gone. That's not a winning formula. What is? Overpaying a team? Overlooking the obvious? He wants to drink more and he wants to play ball. Overlooking the obvious? He believes in promiscuous women instead of playing ball. Let's go sign the guy. What? What? Is this a numbers game or a popularity game? Major League Baseball. I want to know. Which is it? Which is it? We're pointing the finger at the wrong teams in baseball. We know the obvious, what the Astros did. So does Major League Baseball. Cheaters. We know that. We know what they did. But these other teams that keep spending all this money building these super teams, NBA, have you looked at a Major League Baseball roster that spends all this money? Look at that damn lineup. But they can't win? And you get a team out here barely with $1 million payroll whooping ass. You got coaching numbers versus coaching baseball players. Big difference. Big difference. Big difference. Come on now. It's a big difference between a thought and a hoe. Big difference. Big difference. Baseball, catch up and catch on. Huh? It is Fist Pump Friday. Feel Good Friday. Things are happening in the air. There's some Chicago house music being played somewhere. I hear it. I think somebody parked somewhere, getting that lunchtime break dance in. Remember the days you used to go to your car at lunchtime and listen to the lunchtime mix, get out there and sweat it out? Those are the days right there for sure. We're going to take a short break and come back with a word from our sponsor, Mountain Man Scrub.
Get your Mountain Man Scrub. As smooth as a river flows. MountainManScrub.com. Get your scrub on.
All right, we're raising the roof over here. It is Fist Pump Friday, Fish Friday, Feel Good Friday for sure, good people. The weather should be spectacular over the next few days here in the St. Louis region. So hopefully sundresses will be out in the next few days. Get them toes out, get them toes done. My favorite time of the year. There it is for sure. And also my favorite time of the year. It is RV season. St. Louis RV travel show is going on this weekend. Again, if anybody out there is looking for a running mate, somebody to tag along with them, you can hit a brother up. I'm down to go. All 3 days if you need me to. All 3 days. All three. We could smoke before we go and really trip out and look at the RVs and play like we're the new version of Cheech and Chong. Well, we teased AT&T at the top of the show, if you don't know that. I pointed out if you know of anyone that got into an argument yesterday because their partner did not believe the phones were down. They got into an argument, and they just now get an apology. Baby, I'm sorry. I don't watch the news. You know that. I didn't know until Cheryl called me. You either don't care or you've been through it before. Major League Baseball, we've given a pass on a few teams. I want to know why. Yankees, Dodgers, Braves, and the Mets, they get a pass. Look at the money they've spent and show me what they have done. But we're so hard on our St. Louis Cardinals. Why? Because they're the hometown team. I get it. I think I'm more disturbed with the Cardinals, the fact we pay that much for beer that's made on the same street as the damn stadium. Egregious. That should be in the Constitution. That should be in the bylaws of St. Louis. We don't pay for beer when we at the ball game on the same street. The beer is free. It should be free beer. Don't let me run for office. Don't get me started. Speaking about talking about don't get me started, guess what the NFL is doing right now? Finger pointing time. Yeah. Okay. What happened in Philly? Well, everything fell to shit when the security guard got kicked off the team for the rest of the year. That's when we lost the team. Really? Had nothing to do with your running game. Nothing to do. San Fran. Oh, we knew the overtime rules. How half the locker room didn't know, on tape saying this, but you fired a defensive coordinator. Finger pointing time in the NFL. It's my favorite time of the year. We always wonder why the season going on. You see something strange happen in the game. What's the first thing we say? Vegas must be involved. That's the first thing we say. Anytime we see anything happen out of the ordinary, watching an NFL game, we don't bring in skill set. We don't bring in the son that should have caught the ball. We don't bring in damn good hit, damn good defensive play. He's just a good athlete. The first thing we say, Vegas must be involved. But then, after the game, we hear things. Monday, we hear things. Internet, we hear things. But they turn to be rumors. Boy, as soon as the season ends, we hear about what really happened in the locker room, what happened on that play, what happened on that play call. They're really pointing the finger right now. And really, so what I've learned this week, a thumbs up is the worst thing ever. The peace sign is something else different now. And now, if I delete myself from the team social media, that means something else too. I've been saying this for decades. I don't think not one fucking professional athlete should have a social media account. Let the team take care of it. Hashtag the player and let the team run the account. You worry about what? Playing football. That's all we care about. Damn your house. Damn your baby mamas. Damn how floss your kids are. Can you read the playbook? Can you do the job? That's all I care about. That's all I care about. You bring that other shit in there, now people pointing the finger. See, that's why Russell Wilson can't do the job. He too much all in the videos with Sierra. That's why Kyler Murray don't want to concentrate on the playbook. He playing Call of Duty. We wouldn't know these things if you had no damn social media. Let the team run the social media account. Come on. But it is finger pointing time in the NFL. Any team that you root for right now, go to their team page. Go to their Twitter page and just see what some of the talk has been about your team in the offseason. What players have said on the IG, jumping on people, podcast and shit, speaking undertones. Come on, man. You cannot be a part of the Buffalo Bills. You're a receiver. Talking about I play with another receiver. I don't want to mention no names. Children at the age of 2 know who you're talking about. Come on now. Come on. When did this start with the finger pointing at NFL? Well, it was his fault. This is why. This, in the words of Bill Belichick, if you do your job, none of that matters. If you do your job, none of that matters. But they're not doing their job anymore. They're doing the expectations. Just because you were great in college, don't immediately go on social media telling us what you're going to do in this league. You have yet to be hit by a professional football player with nothing to lose but making a roster. You're going to feel it all. All of it. All of it. I just don't get the finger pointing in the NFL. I don't get it, especially in the offseason. Do that shit in the season. Do it after the game. I mean, I think Travis Kelce made it okay to get at your teammate face. What? Too soon? I thought we were in the trust tree. Huh? You can bump your coach. Huh? You can bump him. But with the ball, I was open. We can bring it in the Kelce Reed bump next year. The Kelce Reed bump with the finger point. We're going to turn that into a damn bobblehead. They turn every damn thing else into one. Well, I cut it. Finger pointing in NFL. A 600-play playbook. Really? A 600-play playbook. Who's supposed to remember that? Who in it? If that's your only job, Russell Wilson would have done that. But that's not his only job. Got a family. Got to support her. Got to have another kid. Got to go to functions. Got to go to events instead of what? Studying the playbook. But it's what time of the year? It's finger pointing time. It's finger pointing time. Dallas Cowboys, why didn't you win that game? Finger pointing time. Huh? LA Rams, what happened? Finger pointing time. San Fran, what happened in that game? Finger pointing time. And they're all doing it. Philly started the shit. An inside source, man, just say who you are. An inside source reports come out of Philly's locker room that the season went downhill immediately when on-field security guard was relieved his duties for the remainder of the year. What? You said that to a coach in the middle of the game? You think the way these coaches talk to kids in college, have you heard the allegations of the way NFL coaches talk to each other during the game? Not NFL coach to player, NFL coach to coach during the game. Okay. If you say so. If you say so, for sure. All right, folks. Last topic of discussion here. We're in a time and place right now in the world where anything can be done and achieved if you do what? Do your homework, put your mind to it, and work hard and have a plan of action. So thinking outside the box, from jobs to living to financial gain. Any way you want to have a lifestyle. Today, to me, there's been more stories talked about and covered on folks that are thinking outside of the box, so to speak, in a way to make a living that makes sense to them, that supports their lifestyle. There used to be a time where folks would say this: well, I got a family, now I got to go out and get a job. What kind of job you want? I just got to get a job, man. I got to get a job. I got to get a job. We saw the disappointment when we heard those phrases on people through years, through family, friends, relatives, stories. When you say that, that brings a certain type of behavior. Yeah, I take anything. I just need a job. Then we ran into that phase where people are trying to figure out what they want to do and how to go about doing it. And that was working for a while until different stories started breaking on how people are being treated. What is the actual pay? What is the actual value for what you do? And you're doing your own homework and you want your own value and you know your own value. And then it came time for us to sit down as a whole and figure this thing out on what we need to do to be us, to live the way we want to live, like nobody else wants to live, but the way you want to live. You have to figure that out, whether you're by yourself, with the family, or starting a family, whatever it may be. You have to figure it out what makes sense to you. And in that downtime that we had, people actually wrote out a plan. They figured things out. They took a chance on themselves. They took a chance on an industry that was probably dead at that time. Or they went and found their own path or platform. And it turned out to do what? Put a smile on their face. Change the whole financial outlook for them that made sense for them. And a lot of people took advantage of that in the right way. And it made them a better person. Change their whole outcome, their whole personality, feel good. Their spirits are high all the time. And you've probably met some of these people that really became of utilizing their skill set, doing that reset button when we were sitting down. And people really applied that hashtag moniker, thinking outside the box. And whatever it is that you do to support the lifestyle that you do. I've heard that phrase used more ways than one on what people do for a living. It's not the common job category anymore. It's not. There's so many categories to what you do for a career, what you do for a job. There's so many hats people wear. But these different hats still put a smile on your face. And that's the most beautiful story of it all. When I hear any story of someone saying, well, I'm thinking outside of the box. Well, do tell. Do tell. Tell me your thinking outside the box story. Those are some of the best stories ever to me. And when people tell me their story on thinking outside of the box, how did you get to that point? And why did you give it that hashtag, thinking outside of the box? Because we hear it in the sports world on a play or a situation or the post reaction to certain. Because a lot of athletes black out. They don't remember nothing. They're beyond the moment. There was probably a short documentary done on this, probably early 2000s, the blackout moment. I wish I knew what it was on, but it was talking about a particular group of athletes that experienced like the same type of play, how some remember them all so vividly, like it was an actual movie reel or set of pictures going off in their head. And then other ones have no recollection, that they got to see the highlight and they still don't remember that at all. I find that very, very fascinating. But back to what I was saying, thinking outside of the box. Anytime you hear that, get the whole story. Just get a little bit of the story. Tell me, just what do you mean by that, thinking outside of the box? Because there's some very creative people out here, very, very creative, that are doing a fine and fantastic job of using that hashtag, thinking outside the box. Well, folks, boys and girls, children of all ages, I would like to thank you for another fantastic week of Montez at Midday. Also, D and D Don't Get Butthurt. Great show on Monday. Also, shout out to D, and she's out interviewing. She's trying to get her return to television as your local weather girl on any St. Louis cable access show. She's going to be the overnight weather lady, giving weather reports from 3 a.m. until 3:05 a.m. She's applying for that job for sure. For sure. All righty. It is Fish Friday. All the folks that are going out for fish today, get it in. To all the folks that are at the STL RV travel show. I'm trying to work my way down all 3 days. We're going to see what happened on this end for sure. Shout out to the Boiler Man. Shout out to him as well. And shout out to nephew Kenny. He jumped on yesterday. It was good seeing him. And prayers and strength to my brother Jason down in Alabama. Prayers and strength. That is for sure. But folks, enjoy this weather this weekend. Do your best to get your pet outside. And don't forget, folks with French Bulldogs, be on the lookout. Okay, don't say you didn't get warned. It is on the lookout for sundresses and pretty feet this weekend. It should be that type of weather. Any type of barbecuing going on, let a brother know. Let a brother know. And for the rest of you folks, enjoy your weekend. Do what you can do. If you're putting out, do it well. Do it often. If you're going on a first date this weekend, do not take them to your local hangout. Someone's going to ruin it for you. In any rom-com, it's always a bad idea. But thank you, folks. In tune. Thank you. Appreciate it. Until next time, Monday at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time here on Facebook, X, Twitter, and YouTube. Montez at Midday. Until next time, folks, enjoy your weekend and kick it if you can. Peace. Until next time.